Hello, everybody. So this evening, we're going to talk about immune health and how we can support our immune system naturally. So let's go to our presentation. So those of you that don't know me, I'm Sabrina Smart. I'm a paramedic for my job, but also a doterra wellness advocate. You'll have been on this call if you are a member of our crossline team somewhere. Under Daniel and Lindsay. So hope you enjoy it. If you have any questions, feel free to pop them in the chat or pop your hand up and I'll answer them, or we can wait to the end and we'll go through some questions. Okay, so first importance, I'm not going through basics on this as well. So if you haven't know basics, then speak to your wellness advocate and we'll take you through some basics, but we just want to get back into the nitty gritty on this one. So first, we want to talk about what the immune system does. Okay, so the immune system is our body's defense system. So it's designed to protect us against any thoughts of threats or pathogens from outside the body, such as fungi, bacteria, and viruses. Is that nothing on the phone? Okay, let me just quickly text this person. I'll record for you and I'll send it to her. So it requires cellular machinery that allows our body to differentiate between foreign particles and itself, so things that are happening inside. When it's functioning normally, the immune system is able to identify, target, and destroy any disease-causing pathogens, so without damaging any of the native body tissues, so without damaging what we've already got inside. The immune system also has a complex ability to improve its capability to protect against diseases by acquiring memory of a pathogen and how it has already been introduced into the body. So in this way, the immune system is always increasing its ability to respond to environmental threats around ourselves. Let me just ping that. Okay, so to perform its critical functions, the immune system has diverse organs throughout the entire body. Some of the organs people are more aware of, and some others that you might not realize were part of the immune system. It has all of its organs and also the white blood cells. The different types of white blood cell roam around the body, making protection against pathogens possible. And the immune system is one of the most critical systems in the body. Without a healthy immune system, we cannot expect to enjoy long-term whole body wellness. So it brings us to a key point. Oh, no, sorry, that's the wrong one. Jump back one. Sorry. Now that we have a better understanding of the immune system and what it does, we also want to think about what can I do to promote the health of my immune system. At its core, promoting a healthy immune system is really simple, but it may require to be more conscientious of a certain lifestyle choices. In fostering healthy immune systems, we need to think about exercise, we need to think about stress levels, we need to think about our nutrition, and also essential oils play an extremely important part, as we already are aware of how powerful they are. So sorry, this brings us to a key point. In order to promote immune health, it's important to live a healthy lifestyle. While following any of the tips that we're going to talk about today, we mustn't forget about neglecting any major area of our healthy lifestyle, which would then hinder our effects to be able to have a best immune system we can. So, for example, you can't improve your diet and ignore your emotional mental health, okay? Because you have to have all areas in balance to be able to have the best, most achieve our optimal immune health. So let's look at exercise. Most of us know that exercise is important for our bodies. It's true that research has shown that regular exercise performed at a moderate level or higher can help increase immune responses. For those of you who don't feel like taking time to exercise regularly, you'll be glad to know that recent research shows that short bursts of high intensity activity about 3 times a week can give you just as many rewards as enjoyed by the longer, more traditional workouts. To learn more about science of high intensity exercise, you can go to the doterra science blogs. There's lots on there. You can just type in doterra science blog and exercise. And if you're want to make sure that you have the best option for your body after exercise, then obviously looking at certain essential oils for after and before exercise, things like your deep blue range, copaibas, your internal ones like Lifelong Vitality and your deep blue polyphenols, things like that that are going to support exercise. I do a lot of gym work, so I'm at the gym 4 to 5 times a week, but I am weights only. I don't do cardio because it doesn't suit me. It doesn't suit my body. It's too high impact on my joints. So I do weights, and it is absolutely amazing, and absolutely love it. So the endorphins that I get from that are fantastic. So stress. So we will need to also think about managing our stress. Stress is a factor in health for our immune system. So you might not realize that when you have stress, you have cortisol in your body, and the cortisol is known as our stress hormone. So when we are feeling stressed, the levels of cortisol increase in our body. Now, we need cortisol because it's really important for getting us up in the morning, keeping us alert for what we need to do for our day. If we didn't have any cortisol, we'd all just want to sleep all day and sit on a couch. I kind of like doing that sometimes. But otherwise, if you didn't have cortisol, we wouldn't be able to function healthily. But the problem we have is stress puts more work on our body by increasing cortisol levels. Cortisol then has, if you have high cortisol over prolonged periods of time, has a depressive effect on the immune system and can leave our bodies vulnerable to infiltration and attack by harmful pathogens. Learning to manage our stress to reduce the cortisol will help our immune system flourish. So you will find people that suffer really badly with anxiety, depression, health anxiety. This is why that their immune systems do tend to crash quite easily compared to those that aren't feeling that way. So again, we do have complete separate classes about stress and sleep and emotions. So do jump on those, or again, look at your Droply app or talk to your advocate. But there's lots and lots of different ways that we can manage stress. So some of the ones we're looking at would be things like balance, past tense, patchouli. Geranium is my favorite at the moment. I wear geranium every day as my perfume. Love geranium. It's the oil of abundance. Oil of attraction, sorry. And it just makes me feel amazing. So I absolutely love that. Other oils like vetiver is also one of my favorite oils, very calming and helps support the immune system. So do look for what oil calls to you. There's no set oil that's going to do the job, but we want to be able to bring those feelings of stress down. Think about when you're feeling stressed. You need to slow your brain down. Allow yourself to, what we like to say is don't react, but we want to, I can't think of the right word. Basically reason. You want to have that time to think it through instead of reacting. They're all things that you want to do to reduce the stress in your lives. I really enjoy, like I say, popping oils on before I do something that could be stressful. So whether it's a long drive or whether it's doing food shopping, anything like that, anything that's going to make you feel stressed, then make sure you put your oils on first. Then we focus on sleep. So again, people might be aware that sleep will impact our immune health. Research has shown that inadequate sleep increases levels of cortisol in our body, just like stress can. So if you have feelings of stress, cortisol goes up, and then our immune system comes down. And for a prolonged period of time, this can really cause issues. So developing good sleep habits can be really, really hard. But many different choices can help promote better sleep. Having a sleep routine is really important. So whatever it is that works for you, I like to pop oils in my diffuser. I take copaiba internally. I do the soft gels now, which are even better, the CP Plus soft gels. Otherwise, I used to just make it in a capsule. I take that internally. There is the option of Serenity soft gels if they work for you. I pop oils into spray bottles and I have them on my bedside table, and I'll spray the area around myself. And I'll also have a roller on my bedside table. So Serenity is one of my utter favorites. And like I say, I love vetiver. At the moment, I have vetiver and air in my diffuser, which is the Breathe, which you've got on the screen. Absolutely love that. As you would probably be aware, stress is used as a torture in though in certain places where, you know, sleep deprivation can really, really affect the mind, and it's not good for you. So do make sure that we are focusing onto our sleep to get our best immune health that we can. Okay, so let's turn a little bit to a really important factor, which is our nutrition. So sorry, I just something just popped up on my computer. Let me close that. So nutrition really does factor every single area of our body when it comes down to immune health. Eating mostly whole, unprocessed foods as part of a balanced diet, we can help support our immune functions. However, even with the best diet that we could possibly have, we don't get the nutrition we need. And that is because we nowadays, we have that really bad soil fertility. So when we have our growing, the soil's only turned over about 6 inches, and then it's like impacted or compacted below. So we're not getting the soil fertility that we used to have. So it came up the other day, I think it was tomatoes, we said that nowadays we used to have 1 tomato, and nowadays it's 10 tomatoes for the same amount of nutritional that our grandparents would have eaten. So it's really important to have supplementation, and Lifelong Vitality is such a good way, and doTERRA have a money back guarantee on Lifelong Vitality. I really notice, if you do go on Lifelong Vitality, I really notice when I miss a day. So when I take my Lifelong Vitality, and if I miss a day, my body feels extremely tired. I feel very slow. I feel sluggish, want to have an afternoon nap. And I'm like, oh, I don't feel great. And that is generally then when I realize I haven't taken my Lifelong Vitality. So it really shows you what it does do on those good days. Comes of 3 different forms. So we have in our Lifelong Vitality pack, we have the Alpha CRS, which is formulated with potent levels of polyphenol antioxidants known to help support the immune system. We have the EXO Mega, which contains the crucial omega-3 acids, EPA and DHA, that are deficient in the majority of Western diets. And we also have the Microplex VMZ, which provides a foundation for immune health with the key vitamins and minerals in a revolutionary glycoprotein matrix and boosts bioavailability. Taking Lifelong Vitality is really easy. I just do 2 tablets in the morning of each. I'm on half a dose, but if you take a full dose, then you do 2 tablets in the morning and 2 in the afternoon. Recommend start slow. Start with 1 tablet of each for a few days before you start upping them, just to allow your body to get used to that level of nutrients. When we're talking about nutrition, it's really important that we don't forget to address the importance of healthy gut microflora. So gut microflora is a term that refers to trillions of the friendly microorganisms that live within our digestive tract. You might not realize, but our skin health and our overall health is actually 80% happening inside our gut. Okay, so if you're dealing with skin issues, do look at gut issues as well. Research has shown again and again that gut microflora plays a larger role in overall health and wellness than would ever previously suspected. Surprisingly, as it may be, healthy microflora can play in all functions, facilitating the breakdown of absorption of key nutrients within the digestive tract. So a thriving gut ecosystem helps ensure better absorption of nutrition needed for help of the immune system. Also, when healthy colonies of friendly bacteria are present inside the intestine, they help to maintain a positive balance and proliferation of beneficial bacteria, while preventing the adherence of colonization of other bad microorganisms that can challenge our health and well-being. Without a thriving probiotic environment that fosters the growth of these microbiota, less friendly microbes are free to reign and the stress of the gastrointestinal tract. So what will be good to know as well, that our probiotics are double encapsulated. So we have a capsule inside a capsule. There is 6 billion CFU colony forming units. Oh, sorry, just let somebody in. Inside the of the 6 active strains of lacto and biophyto probiotic cultures. It has a time release in a capsule, which is designed to help protect the probiotic cultures from the harsh environments of the stomach, basically meaning it gets further down that intestinal tract, gets past the stomach and gets into the intestines, which is where we want it to go. Sorry. Okay, so how are we going to use essential oils to support our healthy immune system? So we have a number of essential oils that can help when taken internally. When used appropriately, internal use of essential oils is a very powerful and effective route of application. Because our bodies metabolize the compounds found in essential oils, it's safer and more effective in internal use model to use smaller amounts of oil spread over consistent time intervals rather than taking large applications. So basically, there's no point taking 20 drops in the morning. It's not going to benefit you because your body can only digest and use so much oil. Once it's got to that tolerance, it won't be able to do anything anyway. So you're better off to take 2 drops regularly throughout the day than you are to take massive amounts in one go. Important to remember to exercise caution and practice sound principles of safety with the immune system is fighting off invasion of any sort. Even though these instances seem like a good time to use massive amounts of oil, it is safer and still more effective to use those smaller quantities, even if you need a boost. Just because our immune system is under attack doesn't mean that our body can suddenly metabolize a larger amount of essential oil. General rule of thumb, we should not be using a greater quantity of essential oil when not feeling well than we would use on a normal basis in good health. So once we've understood the principles regarding essential oils, let's talk about some of the oils that can help. So we want to look at cassia, cinnamon, lime, marjoram, melaleuca, oregano, Roman chamomile, tangerine, thyme, vetiver, and wild orange are absolutely amazing when taken internally. And you can do that by popping them in veggie caps or taking them in water. But in addition to all of the single oils, we've also got to look at doTERRA's OnGuard. So the proprietary OnGuard blend has been made as an effective alternative for immune support. As one of doTERRA's best-selling blends, the OnGuard protects against environmental and seasonal threats with essential oils for their maintain healthy immune function. So you can pop it into a veggie cap and take them. You can buy the OnGuard Plus capsules. You can pop in water if you so choose. The OnGuard Plus capsules come with a blend of black pepper, oregano, and melissa to help with additional support. Bear in mind, if you're taking OnGuard Plus, you shouldn't really be taking them for more than 10 days at a time. So if you are needing to take them for more than 10 days, then you might want to take a break just because it's got that oregano in there. Okay, so just bear that in mind. OnGuard may be taken regularly, but especially helpful during occasions when the immune system may be working overtime to fight off threats from pathogens. It's during those times I make a special effort to take a couple of drops of OnGuard every 4 to 6 hours throughout the day. Even with the convenient nature of OnGuard soft gels, OnGuard Plus, you can still might not want to carry a bottle of OnGuard around with you, so you can use the OnGuard throat drops and you can use the OnGuard beadlets. The beadlets have a 1/4 drop of oil, but they can be used and taken whenever you want them to, and they don't have any mess, and you can just pop them in your mouth and let them pop, or you can just swallow them if you don't like them popping in your mouth. So I have a very quick recap. Is first we learned about the immune system, and it's a diverse system with organs spread throughout the body. Primary function is to defend the body against attacks from bacteria, viruses, and fungi. And the immune system benefits from a number of lifestyle factors in its maintaining optimal function, namely regular exercise, managing stress, adequate sleep and nutrition, and also using certain essential oils. Just want to take you through a couple of recipes that I use that might be of use for you. So you might have heard of the Flume. So what I want to talk to you is generally the difference between bacteria and a virus. So a virus is inside our cells and bacteria is outside our cells. So when we get a virus, the reason antibiotics don't work on a virus is because they are inside and antibiotics cannot penetrate that permeable membrane. It has a different solution, basically, if that's the right word. So basically it can't enter. So your antibiotics are water-based and your cells are oil-based, and it just can't get in. It's that simple. Whereas we can use oils to get in to fight a virus, because oils are oil-based and our cells are oil-based, and we can get oils into our cells. So the Flume bomb is a fantastic way to use when you're not feeling very well. So we have frankincense. So frankincense supports, I like to do it in a slightly different order for than Flume. So actually it's go back. So oregano breaks down that illness. So oregano is your natural antibiotic. Then you have your lemon and your tea tree or your melaleuca. Protects against environmental threats, but also cleanses and purifies the rubbish out of your cell and gets it into the bloodstream. Then you have your frankincense, which then heals your cell. And then you have your OnGuard, which then protects it again. So it takes 20 seconds to reach one cell, 20 minutes to reach every cell. So you can just reapply a Flume roller throughout the day. I like to put 5 drops of each in with fractionated coconut oil. You can put what you like to do. And then I just have it in a ready-made roller and then pop it on whenever I need to. I always have a Flume bomb made up in our house. Diffuser recipes that you might like to use. So you have a Flume, so 1 drop of frankincense, lemon, OnGuard, oregano, tea tree in your diffuser. If we've been unwell, what I will do is get an empty bottle, and I put about 15 drops of each oil in an empty bottle, and then I just use 2 or 3 drops of that bottle that I've made up when someone's unwell, and I can just keep putting it in the diffuser. That's another more cost-effective way rather than using 1 drop of each all the time. Opening airways, so 3 drops of air, 2 drops of OnGuard, and a drop of thyme and eucalyptus. Thyme and eucalyptus are fantastic for airways. When I make my super Flume, so over certain times we've had some not so nice respiratory problems, I've added 5 drops of thyme, 5 drops of eucalyptus, and 5 drops of air, because it's so good for your respiratory system. Sick and tired, you've got 4 drops of oregano, 3 drops of lavender, 2 drops of frankincense. And rest up and feel better, you have 4 drops of OnGuard, 3 drops of lavender, and 2 drops of cedarwood. They're just some ideas for you to give you some ones. If you've ever heard of a sinus steamer, you can get a mug of water and pop in a couple of drops. So oregano, lemon, tea tree, peppermint are good options. Remember, if you've got the peppermint in there, keep your eyes shut. You can put a towel over your head, just keep your eyes shut and really fill that in. Another thing for sinuses is really good is lemon over your sinuses, or Zengest over your sinuses. Do be careful though, you do need to add some carrier oil, and obviously bear in mind if you're putting lemon on your face in the summer, do bear that in mind of burning and being in the sun rays, but it's a really good way to unblock your sinuses. Okay, so most important must-haves in the home for any of you that suffer or want to boost your immune system is the top 10 oils. So either a home essentials, family essentials, top 10s are really good. And then if you're on loyalty rewards, there's a couple of loyalty reward kits that you can do to support your immune system. So there is 2 kits there that you can do. They're absolutely fantastic and cheaper on price. Don't know if they're in stock right now, but it's a great thing to remember. Remembering your loyalty rewards. So if you are going to order, do so on a loyalty reward. That way you get your points. Points mean prizes. And just a reminder of the business opportunity for anybody that is interested in doTERRA. You can start on being a sharer, which just means that you share the love of doTERRA, tell all your friends and family about it, and we will give you the commissions for doing so, or free or presents, whichever you want. Or if you decide you want to take a step further and have a business opportunity, it's extremely simple, especially on our team, because there is so much support. All you have to do is talk to people about oils, so sample them and talk to them. We're all here to help teach. You enroll them to have their own account, and then we do continued support. But that's where all of the great things come in. We've got like Oil Camp, Oil Beginnings. We have an Oil Biz, oil business group they can join. So there's plenty of things you can be doing. So if you are interested in that, do speak to the advocate that sent you here today. So I'm just going to stop the share, hopefully come back to our Zoom room, see if anybody has any questions before we head out for the evening. So sorry, it was a whistle stop tour, a bit of reading to do, I'm afraid. And yeah, does anybody have any questions that you want to ask? I'm just going to unpin myself. How do I remove? There you go. Remove spotlight. Perfect. So if everybody's happy, does anybody have anything you want to talk? You're okay? Lovely. Right. So I'll stop the record.